I've given you guys a few workouts to increase your vertical, a few tips to increase your vertical, and my own experiences, but it's hard to take all of those into consideration and create your own structured and science-based vertical jump program to help you reach your vertical jump potential. I personally believe that everybody's capable of reaching at least a 35-inch vertical, if not a 40-inch vertical, with the proper training, commitment, and time. All three of those factors play a key role in maximizing your vertical. Commitment and time are the factors that you can control. Those are up to you, but creating a properly structured routine relies on someone with a lot of knowledge and is credible enough to be able to give a personalized structured routine. So I'm going to teach you guys about periodization, or at least what I know about periodization. Periodization is the planned manipulation of training variables like sets, reps, load, volume, etc. in order to maximize training adaptations. So basically it's an effective method in how we want to plan our routine. All elite athletes go through some type of periodization specific to their sport to best enhance their performance. And of course, they take into consideration the in-season, off-season, and pre-season demands. For vertical jump training, to put it very generally, there are 4 qualities that we want to train: hypertrophy, strength, power, and elasticity. Exactly in that order. We want to train those in order because each quality builds off of the previous quality. Strength builds off of hypertrophy, power builds off of strength, and elasticity builds off of power. So we want to put those 4 qualities into their own respective blocks of training. How long should you train in each phase? Again, generally speaking, we usually train in each phase for about 4 to 6 weeks. Each quality is going to be in its own mesocycle. A mesocycle is basically the same thing as a block of training, lasting about 4 to 6 weeks. And each mesocycle usually contains about 4 to 6 microcycles. A microcycle usually lasting about a week. In each mesocycle, we're prioritizing one quality of vertical jump training. But that doesn't mean that we want to ignore the other qualities of vertical jump training. So just because we're in a strength phase, that doesn't mean we want to ignore power, elasticity, and hypertrophy. In the strength phase, while the main focus is getting stronger and increasing your maximal force production, increasing the load on all of your lifts, we still want to get some power and elastic work throughout the microcycle. Maybe a plyometric day somewhere in there, a couple of power movements where we're moving weights really fast. This is so that we're not detraining the qualities that we're not focusing on. Some vertical jump programs have it so that they're doing one quality per training cycle. They're doing strength only in a strength phase, power only in a power phase. And in my opinion, I don't think that's just the best way to train. I believe in some type of concurrent periodization, but biasing one quality. Concurrent periodization meaning we're training a lot of different qualities in one training cycle. So what happens when we're done all the 4 phases of training? Well, it really depends. I know that's not the answer you wanted to hear, but there's no one size fits all with any type of program, with any type of sport, with any type of competition. Each person has their own priorities that they want to focus on that might not be the priorities that other people would focus on. If you want, you could redo the whole 4 blocks of training but start at a higher baseline. You can do some type of undulating periodization focusing on strength and power. If you're going into a basketball season and you want to maintain your vertical jump gains, then you'd probably want to do a hybrid of skills work along with power and elastic work. Depending on your training and your competition and what you feel like you need to work on is going to determine what's going to be the best program for you. So that's kind of the general idea of periodization. There's a lot more complex concepts that goes into it, like what type of periodization we're going to use: conjugate, concurrent, undulating, linear, or what happens if you get injured in the middle of the program and how you would adjust it, or what happens if you get too fatigued to linearly progress. There are also other qualities that you might want to train in a vertical jump program, like accentuated eccentrics or contrast training, or focusing on the concentric, or maybe you want to train max velocity. You know, it all depends. You know, there's a lot of different things that goes into it, and I personally don't even know all of it. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of periodization because it's super important if you really want to know how to structure your program. Because I know there's a lot of expensive ones out there, a lot of ones that are worth it, a lot that aren't worth it, and it's hard to know which ones are worth it. But the more knowledge you have on periodization and just science-based training, that's going to help you make a decision in whether you want to buy a program or if you want to make your own program. I'm just going to say do your own research. Once I began to understand the science behind things, or at least some of it, it really helped with my training and what I really need to work on, my weaknesses, my strengths, etc. But yeah, I'm just yapping right now. I am training a few people to jump higher, so if you are interested, let me know in the comments. I'm not taking a lot, but you know, eventually I am going to be taking a little bit more. But yeah, let me know what other topics you guys want me to cover. Let me know if you have any questions. I try to answer every single YouTube comment. But yeah, that's all. Later.